saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president.
You're like, wait a second, like, come on, man, this is too.
My cat lays in wait for me on my stairs all the time. That's what I was
Whoopi Goldberg is reportedly in tears and expressing deep regret over comments she made about Elon Musk on The View. Musk has filed an $80 million lawsuit against Goldberg and the hosts, accusing them of defamation and spreading misinformation. In an emotional breakdown, Goldberg claimed she never intended to harm Musk's reputation and blamed her statements on a misunderstanding. She even tried to deflect some of the blame onto her cat, humorously suggesting she was talking about her cat, not Elon.
Okay, I need to clean something up because my cat lays in wait for me on my stairs all the time. That's what I was thinking of that. I wasn't trying to indicate that they were actually standing there with their legs out, hoping he would trip.
Musk's lawsuit stems from remarks suggesting he and J.D. Vance were conspiring to manipulate government control if former President Donald Trump were removed from office. The case has sparked debates on free speech, accountability, and media ethics. Supporters of Musk believe the lawsuit sets a necessary precedent against misinformation, while critics argue it may suppress free expression. With Goldberg's emotional response now circulating online, many are questioning whether her tears reflect genuine remorse or an attempt to mitigate legal consequences. Either way, Musk's bold legal move could reshape how public figures hold the media accountable for damaging statements. At the heart of Musk's lawsuit are accusations of defamation and slander, claims that Goldberg now insists were unintentional.
Because I've been saying it for a while.
Yes, you have.
I've been saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president. I do.
Well, you've been calling him vice president.
I've called him vice president. I called him president because I don't know what JD is doing. I hardly ever say. I don't remember the last time we even talked about JD.
You're right. He's planning the presidency when they get rid of Trump.
So you think it's Musk Vance?
Possible.
Tearfully defending herself, Goldberg stated that the remarks about Musk and J.D. Vance conspiring for government control were misinterpreted. She maintained that her comments were meant to be light-hearted and not taken seriously. However, Musk's legal team argues that her statements were made with malicious intent and without factual basis, damaging his reputation. The lawsuit emphasizes that such remarks fuel misinformation and public distrust, sparking broader debates about media accountability. Supporters of Musk point out that celebrities and TV hosts must be held to higher standards, especially when making serious allegations. Critics, however, fear the lawsuit could stifle free speech. Goldberg's tearful apology has done little to silence debates, as skeptics question her sincerity. Meanwhile, Musk supporters continue to advocate for higher journalistic standards, hoping the lawsuit forces media outlets to prioritize accuracy over sensationalism. Musk's lawsuit has gained massive support, particularly among his fans and critics of mainstream media. Many see his legal action as a way to combat misinformation and demand accountability. Social media platforms are buzzing with hashtags like #SupportElon and #CancelTheView. Supporters argue that Goldberg's emotional response and attempts to blame her cast only reinforce suspicions that the show lacks professionalism. Musk's followers believe this lawsuit could hold The View accountable for its history of inflammatory claims about public figures. However, critics worry Musk's wealth and influence might intimidate free speech and dissenting voices. Regardless, Musk's fans emphasize that the lawsuit is not about silencing opponents but about ensuring fairness and ethical journalism. Goldberg's tearful interviews and attempts to downplay the incident have only intensified debates, making it clear that this case is about more than just defamation. It's about reshaping the media landscape and its responsibility to the public.
But when you have deliberate, concerted, repeated pushing of hoaxes, you're like, wait a second, like, come on, man, this is too far.
And you're supposed to be the good guys.
You're supposed to, and you claim to be the good guys? I'm like, exactly.
You're supposed to be the progressives.
Yes, the Dems are like, oh, we're the good guys. We're the honest people. No, hang on. You can't claim to be the good guys. You can't claim to be the honest people if you're deliberately pushing hoaxes that have been debunked thoroughly.
Yeah. Well,
we're like even Snopes, which is a liberal thing, says it's bogus.
Yeah.
Like the Fine People hoax.
Obama just said that on stage.
The View has long faced criticism for prioritizing sensationalism over facts, and Musk's lawsuit has reignited those concerns. Goldberg's tearful regret and bizarre cat explanation have only added fuel to accusations of unprofessionalism. Critics argue that the show regularly targets high-profile figures for ratings, often lacking accountability. Supporters of Musk point to past instances where the hosts made controversial statements, questioning the show's credibility. Calls to cancel the show have resurfaced, with many accusing it of spreading division and misinformation under the guise of entertainment. Some believe Musk's lawsuit could force networks to implement stricter editorial practices. Others suggest improving fact-checking, rather than cancellation, would be a better solution. Goldberg's emotional defense and attempts to deflect blame with humor may not be enough to save the show's reputation. Whether or not the lawsuit succeeds, it has amplified debates about the role of talk shows in shaping public opinion and the need for truthful reporting. One of the most controversial claims in Musk's lawsuit involves accusations that The View incited violence during the show. Goldberg made a comment about someone potentially tripping Trump, which Musk argues could be interpreted as promoting harm. Goldberg later dismissed the statement as a joke about her cat, but critics argue that even jokes can be dangerous when broadcast to millions. Musk supporters stress the dangers of normalizing violent rhetoric, especially in today's polarized climate. Critics of Musk counter that his lawsuit takes Goldberg's words out of context, risking the depression of satire and free speech. Goldberg's tearful apology and claims about her cat being a distraction have been met with skepticism, with many doubting the sincerity of her remorse. Musk's lawsuit highlights the broader issue of setting boundaries for humor and political commentary in mainstream media. The outcome could redefine these boundaries, influencing future interpretations of intent and accountability in public discourse. Musk's lawsuit has reignited concerns about media bias, particularly in outlets like ABC. Critics argue that shows like The View push narratives aligned with their political leanings, often at the expense of truth. Goldberg's tearful defense and unusual references to her cat have not eased tensions, with many seeing her as emblematic of biased media practices. Supporters of Musk believe the lawsuit could challenge these biases and force networks to adopt higher standards. However, critics worry that Musk's legal action may lead to censorship, limiting open discussions. Goldberg's emotional breakdown has fueled debates about whether her remorse is genuine or a strategic move to avoid consequences. Either way, the lawsuit underscores the growing mistrust of traditional media and calls for reforms to ensure fair and balanced reporting. Goldberg's past comments have added another layer to the controversy. Clips resurfaced showing her praising Trump as a friend, contrasting sharply with her recent remarks.
She put me in her movies, right? A long time ago. How much did I judge? Nothing.
Like they say in the
It was a freebie. Mommy, I love you. I'm telling you.
And they're trying to humanize them and change your idea about who this guy is. Don't fall for that.
Trump, you're talking about. Talking about Trump.
Supporters of Musk highlight this hypocrisy, accusing Goldberg of prioritizing sensationalism over authenticity. Goldberg's emotional apology and attempts to explain her comments as distractions caused by her cat have drawn mixed reactions. While some sympathize with her regret, others view it as an excuse to deflect criticism. Critics of Musk dismiss the hypocrisy argument, suggesting that opinions naturally evolve over time. However, Musk supporters argue that these inconsistencies underscore the need for accountability in media narratives. Regardless, Goldberg's tears and shifting explanations have done little to calm debates, keeping the spotlight on the lawsuit's broader implications. Musk's lawsuit has amplified calls for accountability in media, with supporters demanding higher standards for public statements. Goldberg's tearful regret and unusual defense, using her cat, have only intensified scrutiny, raising questions about media professionalism. Supporters insist Musk's legal action could restore integrity by challenging reckless commentary, while critics fear it may suppress open dialogue. Despite the mixed reactions, the case has sparked debates about balancing free speech with responsible journalism. Whether Musk wins or loses his lawsuit, it has already sent a message about the need for ethical reporting and accountability in the media industry. What are your thoughts on Elon Musk's lawsuit? Is it a bold move to combat misinformation, or do you see it as a threat to free speech? Drop your opinions in the comments, and if you found this content interesting, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.